Hi, I'm the old video guy, and today we're going to talk about lights, softbox lights. I got me some new softbox lights, and they have really upgraded my studio. No more rings in my glasses. So, over the last few months, I have been doing some upgrading to my studio. And as you can see, one of the upgrades is my SM7B. I love this microphone, and I have done a video on it. Also, I have the Rodecaster Pro for my audio and the podcasts that I do. So, now I finally built up over time to get the kind of lights that I wanted to. Let's take a look where I started just a few months ago with my lighting. All I had was my light from my fan overhead, and as you can see, a little dark. I knew that I was going to have to do some things, so the first thing I did was I went and I bought the newer lights. Not just new lights, but the newer light system. These are the newer 660s. 3200 to 5600K temperature, and I use these lights right now to light up my background, which is my green screen behind me. These have barn doors to them, and they're just great little lights. And these lights spurred me on to my first video, and that first video is my trailer. So here's the old video guy with his first trailer, and you can see the lighting there. Not really great, but not bad. So let's see. And my next step up was a ring light, and my ring light actually did really well. I'm pointing. There's the ring light there, and I point over here because I have my two lights, one on one side and one on the other, and the ring light just really filled it in quite well. Just as a comparison, here's my studio lights right here, and as you can see, there's my ring light there. Up above is one of my 660s. My ring light has my diffuser on it. That's actually a T-shirt. That little light there, I'll talk about here in just a second. And that's what my studio looked like. But like I said, in comparison, it looked really great. My wife and I have a Vintage Cruiser Adventures YouTube channel. That's our Vintage Cruiser camper in the back. That's by Gulfstream. And as you can see on the right hand side, that is with the lights that we had before. And let me bring this up and show you. This is with the overhead light and the soft lights. You can see a huge difference. You can see it around my wife's hair, how it's highlighted that and lifted up the colors, and it falls across our shoulders, and it's really nice. I was going to show you that little light that was in that video here just a second ago, showing you my previous setup. This is just a little light that I picked up, a do-it-yourself item. This is a diffuser type material that I got from Walmart, and I've got these clips holding it on, and I made sure that I got a bright white daylight bulb, like about 100 watt. And this here is just, you've seen them. You might be using one, and it worked really great. This is a utility light, and it's about 8 inches, and it has a clip here that you clip on to a shelf or something. And this is what I was using. You saw it in the video, and it's harsh real close up, but you know, it did a really good job of filling in when I needed it. This is the Cowboy Studio setup here that I got. I just happened to pull it up on Amazon, but you can get it from many locations and many other places. $175 for that complete set. And you can find a lot of sets like that on the internet, and they're reasonably priced. Of course, you always get what you pay for. And in regards to these setups like this, they're a little bit flimsier. You don't want to be setting them up and taking them down. I was fortunate. I didn't buy it I actually bought it from a gentleman on Marketplace on Facebook. He got it about 5 years ago, set them up, didn't move them. Now, if you want to be setting up lights and going remote and so on and so forth, I would say that the newer 660s and some other upgraded, more stable lights are what you want to aim for. But if you want to get some decent lights at a decent price, I'm happy with these. I only paid $50. This man had taken care of these lights, and you'll see on the setup how he had everything organized when I went and bought it. But I am really happy with these lights, and like I said, this is Amazon, but you can get them almost just about anywhere. You can see my old setup once again. There's my ring light with my with my t-shirt on there for a diffuser. But it worked. It worked really well. So when I bought these lights, they came in this bag, and the bag looked really good. And I thought, wow, this is quite a setup. And I was very pleased to see how the fellow who had these lights previously had marked everything on the boxes, had packed it back in all the original packing, even the plastic around the main light housing. And you can see that it has 5 lights in there. Also, each light has its own switch. And here we go. This is one of those kind of cheapo tripods, but they do the job. So the first thing you want to do is you want to get out the 4 posts. You can see that those are slick on one side, and on the other side these have a little lip, and those lips, the ends of those with the lips are going to go into the housing. As you can see, just go ahead and put it on. Now you're going to open up the soft box. You're going to take the Velcro, make sure it's all open, and then you're just going to go ahead and slip it right over the top of the light. Yeah, good job, Phil. It's not that hard. Come on, try it again. Okay, there we go. Got it over the top. And you're going to really just let it slide down while you go ahead, and put in the support bars there. Once again, remember that you need to have the end that has the little lip on it so it goes in. You're going to put the first 2 on first, then you're going to bring up the softbox, and thank goodness we can make cuts here because it takes me forever to get the softbox on. So I've got the first two rods in. The third rod is just a little bit more of a challenge, but it goes in, and of course you can see on the corners of these softboxes there's little slots that you can fit those rods into, the support rods. Now this is the challenge. The fourth, I should say, rod is the challenge, and it took me a little bit to get it going, and you have to just kind of bend it just a little bit there, and it all comes together. Make sure that you've got the Velcro tightened around the back again, and then it's just at this point a matter of putting in the lights. You want that Velcro tight so you don't have any spillage of light in the back. There's all 5 of those lights, and each one of those lights can be illuminated independently. You have a diffuser, a small diffuser that goes on first. Then you put on your bigger diffuser, and it just fits around the corners, and then the Velcro, you just make sure that it's kind of tight right there. Now, hey, everybody needs to know where the plug is, right? Well, there's the plug right there on the side. And as you can see, each individual light has its own switch. So if you want 2 lights, 3 lights, you get to play around with that. There's also a fuse there as well. So here we go. So that is a quick way of putting this together, and all 3 lights are put together the same way. Now, the overhead light, the one I'm using overhead, the third light, has only 1 bulb in it. But that's all the light you need, as you can tell. I could show you the difference is when you turn this light out, you lose a lot. You lose the hair light. Of course, if I had enough hair to show you, that would work. So you don't see the spillage on the shoulders. Let me go ahead one more time and turn this one on. Yeah. You can see the light illuminates my microphone a little bit, and just, I think everybody needs a light like that, a hair light. So anyway, this really looks great. Once again, here is my studio now. This is from my vantage point where I'm sitting here looking out at my camera. This is a shot from my camera. I only have a room that's like 10 by 10 at the most, and most of us do not have big rooms to work in. But you can see my newer lights are shining back behind me on my green screen. I have the two soft boxes, and then I have the other box over ahead of me. Well, that's my new lighting system. I hope you gained a little something. If you're looking for soft boxes, there's many combinations out there. They're decent pricing, okay? Very, very good pricing. But don't forget, you're going to get what you pay for. The tripods aren't going to be great. Things are going to be a little bit flimsier than some of your more expensive lighting systems. But this works just great for me. Hey, if you learned something here and you enjoyed this video, please leave a comment down there on the bottom and subscribe and share. You know what this is all about. I love sharing my information, especially as I've, over the several months, grown my YouTube channel as far as my studio is concerned. And to grow my YouTube channel, well, that's up to you. So until next time, it's the old video guy. Don't touch that dial. Don't change that channel. We'll see you next time.